All right, so here we have The Crossing by Bill Viola. This is from 1996, and this is a bit of a different medium than we're used to. It actually is sort of a video projection on a large screen. And here you can see that you have two different panels for this. The left side is the fire, where it's sort of a man engulfed in fire, and then the right side is the water, where he's covered in water. And so I'm actually just going to show you the video in a second here. But this is kind of a view of the way it's projected in this large, dark room where the audience is seated here, and you have sort of a larger than life, slightly panel. And both of the videos start the exact same way, very ominous looking, where you have a very nondescript man walking straight towards the camera. Not really much of a background, just pure black. And then in both of them, he comes towards the camera, stops, and then eventually the action starts. So here we have the start of both of the videos. On your left, you have the fire erupting at his feet that will eventually engulf him until he disappears. On the right, you have the water starting to drop on his head, which will also cover him up until both of the figures disappear simultaneously. And so these are very slow. It's actually slowed down a lot more than in real time. And this is kind of to, as in Viola's own words, to create sort of a meditative state. He wants the viewer to really lock in on the scene for around 2 minutes to kind of achieve sort of a state of meditation and like peacefulness with the scene. And so, like I said, it's a very different medium than we're used to, as this is actually shot on a high speed camera at around 300 frames per second. And it's all shot in a very dark room and then obviously slowed down immensely to achieve the time you can see here. And so, as you see on both panels, the water and the fire continually get larger and eventually start to engulf the man as his sort of form flows away. And so for Viola, he actually ties in that. So that was sort of more of the form, context, and the function. As for the content, he sort of ties in a lot of different spiritual traditions and religious beliefs. You have the Buddhism with meditation, which I sort of tied in as a connection to the Zen garden, where you want more of a peaceful meditative state. And then both of the scenes are supposed to kind of represent different events throughout different religions. The one on the right with the fire is connected to, as you remember, Shiva as Lord of Dance, which would be where the fire is sort of a cycle of life engulfing the figure and then rebirth. And then the one on the right is more representative of the Great Flood, which is more of a Christian thing that wipes everything away. As you can see in the very end, he disappears. And so those are some of the connections that Viola uses. And as you can see, here are some of his other pieces. He has similar themes in each of the pieces, be with sort of a nondescript figure being covered in a different medium. And that's about all. Thank you.